Okay, guys, by special request, there were a bunch of guys that wanted to see what some home ported 194 1.5s would do. Now, the exhaust valve was in rough shape, so take 2 or 3 CFM off both sides of the flows when you see them to keep them accurate. Okay, last time I used that exhaust valve, I didn't have a problem. This time it didn't seal worth a damn. But you can see we got a nice blue on our intake. Now, I don't remember my 88s coming with a back cut. These came with a back cut, but I think they were rebuilt at some point. I don't know for sure whether they come with a back cut or not. But with what we did, we look pretty good. You know what? Make sure I don't. Okay, move the light a little bit so you guys can see. Let's take a look at the bore. Got a lot on that square notch by the plug. Okay, this is what we got on the bore. A lot of splatter all the way over. Not great. Okay, when I say this was a quickie job, I wasted about 2 hours of my life doing a rough out. But I took a lot of metal out. Notice our straight wall is almost straight. Now, I'm doing this like somebody who doesn't have a Sonic, what they can get out of it. We probably knocked a hundredth of an inch off of that, 100 thousandths off that wall. It's plenty thick stock, so you can take a good amount of metal out of it before you have to worry about hitting the opening. Our liquid looks pretty good. It does follow the shape pretty well. The pinch got a quickie rounding, and I did take some area out on both sides. Notice that, I didn't even hit everywhere on the port, and it's not finessed at all. And still it was 2 hours to do an intake and an exhaust port. That's not touching the chamber at all. That's not doing any polishing. I did a little tiny bit of polishing on both short sides. 5 minutes. That's it. Okay, the swirl fin got a pretty serious cut because we know that works with this, right? Well, we know it works with the bigger valve anyway. Now, the short side is much more upright than our last couple flows, but that's for good reason because it's a smaller valve too. Okay, and this is aimed more at a street style porting. Someone that's going to do some work to them, put them on a pickup truck, and you need good torque. That's where we're going with this. So you need the short side nice and tall. Okay, you can see the short side still has some marks on it from the burr. It's not fine polished, but it's gone over to it's better than just a burr. In case someone's interested in what I did for the texture, I'll show you the nasty burr I use for it. Okay, there it is. You can see it's bounced a couple times because when it bounces, you take a couple teeth off of it. It's a very aggressive double cut. Okay, notice how big those flutes are. I should say using a burr like that can get you in trouble fast. FYI. Okay, guys, what I decided to compare was the original first cut that I did, and I remember there's a video on this somewhere early on in the series. It was quite a bit better than the completely stock. Completely stock was like 175 it maxed out at. So I got a nice hit. Remember when I first did these heads, I ported it with 194. Okay, and I do believe I did some chamber work on this. So this is ported like the first time I would have ported them, and some chamber work. Verse first cut with what I learned on these heads. And that's kind of interesting to think about because those 15, or this is, like the 16th cut, right? That's a learning curve, guys. Take a look at how well it worked out, even from the lowest flows. Now, I said we had a little bit of leakage, so take a couple CFM off of these, off of all of them, and still they are damn good for what they are. Okay, they would beat the newer type Vortec, I'm pretty sure, no sweat, and it would be a nice match for like a Performer RPM that only flows like 220 or so. In fact, you really need to port the RPM to even keep up with it, right? But yeah, make a nice street setup. Didn't even touch the chamber. Now, as far as the next video, I think I might do the chamber on what we have and see how much that's worth. How'd we do on Swirl? Well, the mods making that short side a lot bigger and moving that high helix arc over knocked our Swirl back quite a bit. We still have plenty. Let's say we are running a 500 lift cam on the street. We got plenty still. But it knocked it down 1,000 RPM. Okay? But you also went up over 20 CFM. So I think I'll take the 20 CFM advantage and a little bit less swirl. You guys give me some input on whether you like that or not. We might as well cover the air speeds for the intake. Let's do that. Okay, pink is the original first cut that had some chamber work, and this is 194 first cut without any chamber work. How'd we do as far as our air speeds? Minus plus plus. Okay. Remember, the top of the short side didn't come alive until we did a lot of work to it. How'd we do as far as our roof? Well, I'll tell you right now, this has got a wider roof than this one had because I probably took more metal out of the divided wall. Okay, and I probably, well, we know we took a bunch out of where the valve is. We thinned that down quite a bit. Okay, let's move on to our short side radius. I was actually able to measure in the center. This time when I did that, I didn't bother. So we got 364, went down a little bit. Remember, this short side is much wider than this one. So you would think the air speeds would be less, and they are. So basically, except for 2 points in the pinch, the whole port is slower and it's moving more air. Okay. Okay, the exhaust was a learning curve, but not as steep because I'm pretty used to Chevy exhaust ports at this point. So this is what we did the first time. These pluses and minuses are in reference to the first cut we did with the 1.5 exhaust valve. So did it like it? Yeah. Remember, we have a touch of leakage on this one, and this is the valve that has the double crossover. So it was stuffed with foam, but you're still going to probably get a little bit of air through it, even though it was stuffed with foam. Plus, 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 plus. It rocks pretty good for a 1.5 and just some rough boarding. You know, 169 at 500 and 175. It actually went down a tenth with the 1 5/8 pipe over this first cut. But this one had chamber work. So that's important. Let's take a look at those air speeds. All right, the air speeds probably don't mean as much because they are different ports. Okay, this has got a big hole in the back of the port. You would think it's not going to be as efficient, but in reality, when you hook it up to the bench, it flows more. So is that the bench lying to you? Okay, the bench is lying to you. In any case, you can get some good flows out of it. Now, if we were really going nuts, we could fill those chambers with liquid aluminum, or the shed says he knows a silicone that works. That's kind of interesting. You just squirt some silicone in there and shape it, and it doesn't burn up. That would be awesome. Okay, plus, minus, minus, plus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Okay, Not bad. As far as side to side, pretty even, pretty damn even, even. Dead in the center on the floor. Okay, that's easy enough to fix, but do you need to? All right, guys. So in any case, even if we just subtract a couple CFM off from that leaking exhaust valve, that's pretty good. What I think I'm going to do with the chamber is, I don't think I'm going to do my fancy chamber. I think I'm just going to hit it with a burr, bring it out to the 350 size head gasket, and shape it a little bit. I'm not touching the valve job. The valve job on these is whatever they came with, which I think they were done at some point because they look pretty good. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Please give me some input on this. I decided to waste some of my life doing some stuff for you guys. Hope you appreciate it. I know the wife doesn't. She's not happy with me at all. Oh well, she'll get over it. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.